And now, one of my favorite genres.
Favorite genres.
Not.
Zombies. Train to Busan.
Yes, for a genre that I'm not very keen on. I won't say I don't like it, but it's
You
not
don't
my
like
favorite.
You don't like zombies.
The idea of a zombie, no. This was brilliant, and I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a 2016 Korean film.
Yes.
Directed by Yeon Sung-ho. It stars Gong Yoo, Jung Yoo-mi, Ma Dong-seok, and Kim Soo-won.
Wow, it's a mouthful.
It is. And good acting, good effects,
Yes.
good pace, good craziness. You know, Train to Busan, that's pretty much what it is. It's
Yes.
an overworked father.
He's an investment banker kind
He's
of
like
a guy.
kind of a bad father. He's just focused on his work. His daughter wants, for her birthday, she wants to go to a mom.
They're divorced.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
divorced, so they have to go by train. He's not too keen, but then eventually he does. But now, as this is happening, as they go on the train, there's this biochemical leak, and people get infected. And someone jumps on the train, and they start twitching.
And it's not it's a quick zombie.
It's like a 28 days later type of thing.
And the transition also happens quite quickly.
Like World War Z type zombies. So
Clever
you've
use of the idea of a train also.
Yeah, because they're now confined, that is it, they are stuck on this train. So you've got different levels of people on the train, some school kids, a guy and his pregnant wife. So all these characters
Literally a street guy.
Yeah, a train executive
Yes.
and staff.
A CEO kind of a deal.
So you have a very mixed bunch of people on this train, and slowly but surely they realize what's happening, and the whole world is, well, the whole Korea is going crazy, and they are stuck on a train with infected people on the train, and they have to try and contain it, get away from them somehow.
And in the description it might sound tedious, but the ways they figure out how to move about in this train is unreal. It really is. It was done brilliantly. We watched the dubbed version, although it does come with subtitles.
Yeah, I didn't want to read and watch.
We couldn't.
Especially with the movie, like when there's lots of
when
fast
there's
stuff
lots
happening.
of action. Yes, we opted.
You don't want to read and watch.
We opted for the dubbed version.
Usually I prefer doing the subtitles.
subtitles.
It feels more natural because the dubbing is often very, not hokey, but like
It's not natural. It's not as natural.
like overacted,
Yes.
and if it's sort of Western sounding voices, it kind of pulls you out of the reality of it.
You'd better get ready to go to jail. You'll like it. You'll have time to think about all that you're missing.
But that's just me. I mean, some people don't ever want to read subtitles, so whether it's arty film or not.
Yes.
But there was also a attached sequel, Peninsula, that got released, I think 2020 or so, which we haven't seen. But I've always heard about this. Finally, we got to watch it. It's not that long ago that we can put it in our We Finally Watched section.
No.
So we'll...
I was resistant to watch it.
Oh, sorry. Just want to get this little zombie over here. Look at that. Look at that little face. Look at it. Here we go. What was I saying?
No, I said I was resistant to watch it because it's a zombie film, but it got me very quickly.
Yeah.
Because the character of the little daughter it's very endearing character. She's a lovely little girl who's got an incredible disposition towards life, and she's like an old soul almost. And he learns lessons from her during the course of this thing.
And I mean, you sort of, as you're watching it, you think, oh, well, it's just going to be another bunch of characters, but you kind of not get attached to characters, but you sort of want them to survive.
Yes.
So people obviously going to get picked off, so you don't know who and when and how. So we're not going to say any of that, but
yeah, you might need a tissue.
there's some crazy sequences and intense moments.
Emotional moments towards the end.
So, I mean, if you think the zombie movies tapped out, like we asked that question when they had the...
And I thought that, but these arcs definitely put a brilliant new spin on it.
Yeah.
And a great looking zombie. But I just find that the Asian nations, the Koreans, the Japanese, Chinese nations, they make some of the best horror films. Or is that like a weird thing to say?
It depends. It's another kind. It's a different type.
Yes.
You know, like when the original Ringu and Ju-on, Grudge,
Yes.
In the Dark Water, all those movies that got remade. You know, those originals were just completely left field. It's like it's a whole different type of.
Culturally, I think because culturally it's such a rich culture, and there's so many different things that when they do something like a zombie, it's almost like they approach it differently.
Yeah. You know, it's like a ghost story is. In that culture, it's perceived differently. It's executed differently. So it's it's cool.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's like a like a spaghetti western.
Yeah.
Some of the best westerns were made by Italians. So, and some of the action movies like John Woo, his Hong Kong action movies. It's kind of based on seeing American action movies, but then redoing it,
reinterpreting it.
Yeah, so it's this reinventing wheel of
Yeah, but I must
and then
say,
then you had lots of people ripping off John Woo movies, and I think Quentin Tarantino was a big John Woo fan, like after Reservoir Dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's everything just bounces back and forth.
The Koreans, especially, like if you think of something like Squid Game as well,
And The Host, those movies.
Brilliant. I must say, I'm thoroughly impressed with this Train to Busan. I thought it was, and I think just for me more so, because it's a zombie flick, which I normally don't like. I thought they put so much, they really put a cool spin on it.
Yeah, I would rate it a, man, I'm leaning towards an 8. So I think today I'm going to make it 7.5, because I don't want to give it a 7. So I'll say 7.5, and you?
I'm going to give it 7.
Okay, then we'd have to track it back to 7, not a 7.25. Yeah, 7 is good. I mean, for like we said, zombie movies. Just wow, what else can you do with a zombie movie? It's like snakes on a plane. Where do you go from there?
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
I've had it with this.
Snakes on a submarine.
We're gonna look it up now. There's a freaking Snakes in the Submarine movie. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we actually.
Everything you joke about, you go look for it. It's been made.
Segue. Sorry, but we were watching all the various Amityville titles out there, and there was actually a.
No, they're like 24 plus. Yeah, it's tense, action-packed, bloody, entertaining, and
fast-paced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it's one there to go with some of the cool zombie movies made recently.
Absolutely.
As opposed to the slew of who cares, same old low-budget zombie imitations.
Yeah.
People must just take a little extra time and think about it. Come up with something cool. If you don't have budget for it, then at least come up with a interesting story.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. Please subscribe.
Like. Comment.
Oh, like.
Chat to us.
Yes, please. If not,
we
can't force you. No, we can. We will. We'll come to your house and we'll force you. Cool. See you next time.
Cheers.
Bye.